Hey, it's Peter Voogd. Welcome to this live summit. I'm excited to be here. Go ahead and write in the chat where you're watching from and who you are. And I want to see where you guys are watching from. What's up? We got some people from Montana. We have some people from Australia. What's up, Adam? Let's do this. We got Kim from San Diego. We have Paul. What's up, guys? We got Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. What's up, Spencer? What's up, Kyle? Alex from Los Angeles, from Florida. So go ahead and comment where you're watching from. And we're also going to do a contest like we usually do. I'm going to give away some books too. So if you guys want to share this, share the link right now. We're going to enter you in to win a couple free signed copies of some books. But I want to welcome you guys. I want to treat this like an in-person event where we're kind of all together in a small, intimate mastermind. And I'll tell you right now before we really dive in, one of my biggest pet peeves, I've been a part of 50 plus trainings and I watch a lot of trainings online, at least I used to. And my biggest pet peeve is when they don't give real value or real tactics. So I assure you, this will be different and you're going to leave with a solid action plan as well. So just keep that in mind. I'm all about making sure that you get real value because a lot of trainings are BS and don't give the tactical value. What's up, Hattie from Alabama? What's up, Sagan? Good to see you. From Texas. John from Connecticut, Bahamas. We got all types of people from all different walks of life, from all different places on here. So I'm excited. So let's dive in. Let me make sure I can share my screen and we'll get going. All right. Can you guys type in and make sure you guys can see this? There's about a 30-second delay. But I want to make sure you guys can see this. What's up, everybody? We're ready to get started. We are live. Go ahead and just type in that you can see this and we're good to go. Vancouver in the house. All right. So I want to make sure you guys are in the right spot. Okay. So if you're looking for a huge competitive advantage in life and business, if you're looking to grow your network and support system, if you're looking to gain more clarity on how to make more money in today's crazy and uncertain and changing times, you're in the right spot. And I want to acknowledge you for investing your time into personal growth, right? Time is more important than money. And you know the benefits and obviously the payoffs. You're the action takers. You're the type that don't wait for opportunity. You create opportunity. I was reading an article a couple weeks ago about in Forbes, and it talked about how 90% of people don't invest in themselves and don't invest in education, personal growth wise. So you guys are already part of the 10%. And I know you're an overachiever. So I want to congratulate you. And you're the people I want to spend time with. The leaders, the action takers, the people that jump on opportunities consistently. Most people watch their lives pass them by, but you create yours. So I want to thank you for that. And I'm excited to connect with you guys and give you guys some value. And by investing your time here today, you're going to learn things that will help you become a better entrepreneur and a better professional. And you're somebody who really does believe in the power of investing in yourself and investing in your mind. And I love people who want to better themselves, who understand that if they can cut their learning curve in half by learning from people that have already got there, they're going to get to success quicker. People out there, guys, they don't spend time watching trainings like this. They kind of sit and wait for things to happen. People out there just assume they can get the information on YouTube, but you guys are the ones that are investing in yourself. So once again, you're not like most people, and I'm proud to hang with you guys, and thank you for joining the summit. You're going to not be disappointed. My number one focus is always adding as much value as possible. So if you're going to spend time with me today, I want to make sure you not just leave with clarity and excitement, but you have a proven roadmap. And I had a realization a while back that with just one or two perspective shifts or maybe a new action plan, it can yield you an extra 30, 50, $100,000+ for the year. Just a different way of thinking, right? So I kind of want to dive into why this is important. This is your life, and there's nothing more important than living well, have fulfillment in all you do, and creating a dynamic lifestyle. But don't be fooled, right? This is, yes, the greatest time in human history to be alive and the greatest time in human history to start a business and to be an entrepreneur. But what it took to succeed just 5 or 10 years ago doesn't work anymore, right? Things are changing, but right now is an amazing time to be an entrepreneur, to quit your job, to start a business on your terms, right? There's 1,700 new millionaires created in the US every single day. That's over 600,000 every single year. So no matter what happens in the economy, there's 1,700 new millionaires created every day. And you might be one of them. And I'm assuming there's some on this call that's going to be millionaires. But here's the scary thing. 95% are stressed out, underpaid, and overwhelmed. So the rich are getting richer, and now is the time to separate yourself once and for all. And our society is struggling. A lot of people are lost and broke and confused, and they're working way too hard to make a living. But at the same time, more wealth is being created than ever before, and more money is being exchanged than ever before. And what I had to understand, it was hard for me, was when the economy doesn't do well, the money doesn't disappear. It just transfers to the successful people who have these traits and skills that I'm going to talk about today. And the game has changed. As far as for you being here, the opportunity cost of not executing these things and not understanding this is you're leaving thousands on the table by not knowing some of these powerful facts. You're leaving a lot of money on the table not knowing some of this. And the game has changed, right? I'm going to give you some house rules, and we'll talk about the differences of how to thrive now versus 10 or 15 years ago. But as you guys know, there's 17, 18, 19-year-olds right now making $500,000 a year, and there's broke 40 and 50-year-olds, right? One's adapting to the new times and understanding how to become more valuable, and one's still stubborn, saying, I don't need to change. I have 20 years of experience. But the reality is you only have 1 year repeated 20 times if you're doing the same thing. So I really want to dive in to give you guys the ultimate competitive advantage. So let me give you kind of like the house rules real quick, all right? This is not a get rich quick, okay? I don't do anything with that mentality. If you're looking to get wealthy without putting any real work in or adding real value, this isn't it. Feel free to go about your business or change your expectations, but this is not get rich quick. This is real work, real people. This is not do nothing and get paid. Nothing I'm going to teach you is where you don't do anything, but you get paid. I've never met anybody that was able to do that except lottery winners. And I think 80 or 90% of them go broke because they didn't actually earn it, right? There's no fake experts. This is real results, real people, real work. And I'm only going to share things that I have actual experience on. I'm not going to share theories or things that I've learned and read about. These are things that I've actually gone through as well. I'll make that promise to you. And most people that buy any get rich quick training will never make any money whatsoever. So this isn't that. And if I haven't scared you away, then let's definitely get started. And of course, my results aren't typical, but I'm going to share with you exactly what I've done. Okay. And I'm excited to share this because I know how much of a difference it will make to you as well. And my promise to you is this: by the end of this training, you'll have a clear roadmap on how to join the 5%. And you'll know exactly why the 5% are the 5%, and 95% usually aren't making all combined as much as the 5%, right? And most importantly, you'll know how to reach your goals on your terms with certainty. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen is people have an incongruent circle of influence and they're not placing a big enough emphasis on networking. And I want to let you know before I really dive in, I have failed my way to success. I remember being at max capacity and working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. I felt like I was working all the time, but my results weren't improving. I felt like my to-do list was always growing. I was overloaded with information and it caused me to be overwhelmed. I felt like I let my family down because I wanted to become an entrepreneur, but I wasn't making money and I felt like I was failing. So I'll let you guys know, I've built my success around my failures, but I don't want you to make some of the same ones because they are avoidable, right? Now, I always reward action takers, the people that really, really invest time in themselves. So if you stay till the end, there's going to be some really cool things. But if you stay, I'm going to send you your email and we can track exactly when you get off. So you guys that are dedicated, I'm going to send you the weekly master plan. That's the one that I actually use every week to plan your weeks. I want to send you the PDF if you stay till the end. And I want to let you know, sometimes people feel bad. It's not your fault. We've been lied to. School systems, certain businesses, industries, gurus, they're not telling you the full truth. So it's not your fault if you're not where you want to be. Now, when you know the right information and you still don't take action, then it becomes your fault. But for me, I used to say, oh, it's not my fault because I didn't know this information. And I realized once I learned it, then I could actually take the right action, right? So it's not your fault. I want to let you guys know there's a lot of BS and a lot of fluff out there, okay? But we're going to kind of set it straight today. I want to know what brought you here. Now, I got a lot of emails. I tried to respond to as many as possible. Thank you for sharing what you guys do and why you're coming. Just type in the chat real quick, like what brought you here? Like, why are you here right now? I know we have people that run sales organizations. We have network marketers. We have people that own clothing lines. We have people that are in corporate 9-to-5 that want to get out of their 9-to-5. We have people that want to create some social media marketing and digital marketing platforms. We have people that are best-selling authors that want to learn how to monetize their expertise. So go ahead and share with me some reasons. Type in the chat. Why are you here right now? What brought you here? Why are you sitting here wanting to level up and learn more? Commission sales. Want to get better at sales. I love it. I feel stuck and I need to get out of the rut. I've been there. Trust me. Learning to serve others from the UK. Love it. Looking for action takers, not the people who just talk. I love it. I'm the same way. I'm done struggling to pay bills. I've been there as well. I've got too much value to stay here. I love it. Game changer sheet worked very well. Thank you. I'm not sure how you got that. Maybe you're already in our academy. That's great. I want to stay on top of the new marketing trends and grow my personal professional network. Love it. My mentor, Justin Weeks, is why I'm here. I want to be the 5%. I love it. So you guys really are the top 10% for already being here, but now it's taking your knowledge and wisdom and putting it to action, right? So I didn't, here's the honest truth. I'm always going to be very blunt with you guys. I didn't really want to talk too much about myself, but for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm going to share a little bit of my story so you have some context here as well. So I'm a small town kid from Oregon. The town I grew up in has 7,500 people, right? I transferred high school's junior year. I was constantly getting in trouble, too energized. I didn't know where to put my energy. I was getting placed in a box. I was frustrated. I didn't listen to teachers. I dropped out of college senior year. I've tried eBay, valeting cars, and sales. And after high school, when I dropped out of college, I went completely broke. There's nothing worse than dropping out of college and being proud that I'm going to make it work as an entrepreneur and then doing the opposite and going broke. And I was living in my family friend's mom's extra room in Tacoma, Washington, right? This is me at 19. So I've definitely changed, but this is me. And people don't see the failures. They see all the successes. I had so much energy, but I was lost. I was extremely judged, which made me feel like an outcast, which caused me to rebel. I was the kid that a lot of other parents would tell their kids, don't hang out with him. I didn't do crazy bad things. I just had so much energy and I acted like it didn't really hurt, but it destroyed my confidence. I did have big dreams, but everyone told me to be realistic, to go to college. I needed money to make money. I needed to be from a bigger town or go to LA or New York to be successful. I wanted to make 6 figures, but I didn't know how, right? I had 2 reasons why I wanted to make money. And by the way, I never even thought 7 figures was possible, ever. It wasn't even in my radar. So I'm not going to lie and say I wanted to be a millionaire. I had no clue. I just wanted to make money because at my previous job, here's one of the breakthroughs. I was working valeting cars and I was making $7.05 an hour. And I would add up my paychecks. I'd say, okay, $7.05 an hour times 40 hours a week minus taxes times 2 months in the summer when I was going to work there. And I realized no matter what I did, I was going to make the same amount of money. And here's what really frustrated me and it caused me to be confused at 17. There was someone that worked there, had a little more experience than me, but he would cut corners. He would do bare minimum. I got a letter written about me from a customer because I went extra mile and he got paid more. So I'm like, hold on, I'm working harder. I'm getting letters written about me because I'm going extra mile. I'm giving more value to the business and I'm getting paid less. That's not fair. So I always thought about, I want a job that pays me based off my value. Second thing is there was a story about my mom invited for her wedding anniversary, one of her best friends, and did a handwritten letter, got everything sent out and gave them 8 months in advance. And long story short, and I say this because this was a monumental part of me wanting to build a life on my terms. And long story short, she had told my mom she couldn't make it. And this was a huge deal because she really wanted her best friends there. And this is the reason she couldn't make it, okay? couldn't get time off work, didn't have the money. Now, keep in mind, she's 45 years old. So in my head, at 18, 19, I'm thinking, you're 45, and nothing against people that are struggling, but this is what broke the mold for me. I'm like, I never want to be 30, 35, 40, 45, and have to ask someone else what to do, when to go to the bathroom, when to leave, and how much I'm worth. I want that to be based off me and my value. So those are the two things that caused me to break free and try to become an entrepreneur. And I left town, right? I met a mentor. And up to that point in my life, I had no one to really gain inspiration from. And the first event I went to when I got into a sales company, there was people making six figures. I remember someone that was young, they bought their second home. And I asked how old he was, and they were 25. I was 21 at the time. I felt my excitement and passion go up. I stayed up all night studying and learning. And I actually bought a couple courses and was ready to get that house and the bonus checks I saw, but I went broke because I had no roadmap, I had no guidance, and I'll kind of talk about that as well. But from this to I've now become a best-selling author 2 times over. We've sold over 400,000 copies of the book, 6 Months to Six Figures. We've created 6 figures and more income streams in 8 different industries. Trained over 7,500 entrepreneurs personally while reaching millions. We have 6 Months, 6 Figures. We have our Game Changers Academy, which has resulted in tens of millions of dollars of increased sales for our members. Game Changers in our circle. We have a Young Ambition clothing line. This is the book. I've been frequently on the front page of Audible with Tony Robbins and Dale Carnegie and Stephen Covey. This is me speaking in Dubai at the biggest event over in Dubai. I've been in Forbes, Entrepreneur, and I don't say this at all to brag, but to come from a town of 7,000 people and to be able to be on these stages, it's still surreal to me. And I want to get into really how it happened. Top millennial mentor to follow in 2016. Some of the top motivational people to follow, I was on there as well. And this is awkward for me talking about this, but there's just so many people that don't have results that run all these trainings. I want to show you that I've been there. Been in Forbes 3 different times, plus the magazine. This is me speaking at the Success Magazine event, along with there was Brendan Burchard, Les Brown, Mel Robbins, Scooter Braun, some of the biggest speakers in the game. This is me speaking in Mexico a couple months ago. We're all over YouTube. This is me, Grant Cardone, interviewing me. We have, I think, 5 or 6 million views on YouTube. We've been in Entrepreneur. Our academy's been in Entrepreneur Magazine and Forbes. But I don't want to talk too much about that. Okay, so that's just to show you that I came from humble beginnings, and because of these principles, I was able to break free and live a life on my terms. So for all this, though. I had some failures, right? I thought motivation and ambition were enough, right? I always had like energy, but I didn't know how to channel it, right? So I got into sales finally without really any strategy or mentor. And I thought it was all about working hard. And here's the scary thing. I would work hard. Then I asked society, hey, I'm struggling. I asked everyone around me, and they gave me 2 pieces of advice, and realizing looking back, they were the exact opposite. The first one was you just have to work harder. So I'd go to 60 hours. Then I'd go to 70 hours. Then I went to 85 hours. So everyone's telling me you have to work harder. I couldn't work anymore. I got up to 85 hours and I literally wasn't seeing my results improve. So I realized it wasn't about hard work, right? It's about working right and the hours you put in the work. So if you only make more money when you work more hours, you just have a high paying job, right? I finally, the second piece of advice was invest in yourself, study, read everything. So I would read everything. I would watch videos. I would study as much as I could. And guess what? I got overwhelmed. So when you're overwhelmed, you seek distraction. I bought all the programs. This is before I went broke. Investing in seminars. I read every book I could. And I was overwhelmed and I didn't take any action. So they said, read all the books you can. I got overwhelmed. They said, work hard. I worked harder. I didn't get my results. I was dead broke and discouraged and had no clue what direction to take. I was blaming my past, where I was from, my age, my company, the economy. But once someone said to me, your business is a reflection of you. The moment you take responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you can change it. And I challenge you to ask yourself, how much control do you fully feel like you have on your business and future? People that live extraordinary lives they understand they have 100% control over their business. So for me, I finally started taking control, and I started realizing that it was on me. And here's the scary thing. I thought I had to believe in myself, but I didn't believe in myself. I was still taking action, right? So I was the most motivated person, but I was so broke I couldn't go to the drive-thru. I was the most motivated person, but I was so broke I couldn't go to the drive-thru. So now I'm at a crossroads. Door number one is I abandon entrepreneurship. I quit and try something else. And I kind of settle and maybe go to an average job. But then I thought about those two things. I don't want to work for someone that tells me what I'm worth. And I'll never forget that story about my mom's friend. So that kept playing in my head. I said, I have to figure this out. So door number two, figure it out. That was it. That's my only options. Right? Door number two, figure it out. So the first thing I did was I made the definite decision that I was going to make this thing work. That's it. I made the definite, not the 90% decision. Here's the scary thing. If you have 1% doubt, you're out. You're going to take the doubt every time. So if you are all in on entrepreneurship, or you're all in on creating your best-selling book or making it happen in network marketing, if you're all in, you'll take this information, you'll invest in yourself, and you'll crush it. But if you have 1 or 5% down to 1% doubt, you're going to take the doubt every time, right? So my challenge to you is make that decision. The $1 million decision was I made a definite decision that I'm going to make this work. This helped me go from 5 to 6 figures and then 6 to 7 figures within 3.5 years. So dead broke to 7 figures in 3.5 years, right? And it was done fully without believing in myself, right? But I still took the action. And what was the breakthrough for me was this. There was a lot of people in my company that were older that have been around a lot longer. But once I understood the power of networking, I was able to connect with people and speed my learning curve in half. And I realized at that moment, it's not about age. It's not about experience. It's not about where you're from. It's about your network. And that's where this training kind of came from. So why I failed when I thought back. And I have to give you this context before I dive in so you understand why I failed. I tried to do it all myself. Right? I tried to do it all myself. And I had Superman syndrome. I didn't want to delegate. I didn't want to hire anybody. I felt like no one could do it as good as me. And I failed. And I was burnt out. And why I succeeded was I built $1 million network. So looking back, those are the two things. Why I failed, I didn't have any guidance and a network. And I did everything myself. And why I succeeded was I built $1 million network. So here's what I've learned. You guys excited? You ready to go? I'm excited. So here's what I've learned. Your circle of influence is the single most important aspect of success in your life and business. Period. The strongest predictor of success is your relationship skills and your social capital, who you know. It's very clear that the 1% have the highest social capital. Now, everyone that has a network once didn't, okay? And I want to let you guys know that your circle of influence is going to make or break you. And I know you might have heard this, but are you implementing it at the highest level? The moment you shift your circle of influence, your results, your standards, and your income will follow. Right? So how to create your $1 million network starting today. Okay. I really needed to shift my circle of influence. I realized quickly I was communicating with nobody that was succeeding at the level I wanted to. So when I heard the quote, if you want to be a millionaire, talk to billionaires, you'll get there quicker. It doesn't mean talk to billionaires. It means connect with people that are at a higher level than you, that are doing exactly what you want to do. I made a list of the 5 people in my company I could reach out to. And my frustration and discouragement quickly turned into motivation. Right? I realized that those I was associating with had played a huge role up to my results at that point. A majority of the people I was talking to and getting advice from had mediocre results. And I didn't want that. And I know you don't either, right? So there's 3 pieces. There's 3 pieces to $1 million network, okay? 3 pieces. First, support. And I'm going to dive as deep as I can. Like, this is going to be tactical for you. So first, support, like your support system, right? Family, friends, day-to-day, those you're around the most, people around you are either building you up or bringing you down. You have to have a team of people, support system, that has a similar vision or that's pumping you up saying you can do it and then actually helping you do it, right? So the first step was evaluating my circle of influence, evaluating it. So how are the people around me making me feel? How are they affecting my thinking, my action, my standards, my philosophy? So this is the first step. You have to evaluate who you're around right now. Okay. And then step two, I made a make it, this is getting me fired up. I made a make it or break it list. Okay. So I sat down in my 1-bedroom apartment with no box spring, just a mattress, no furniture, like stressed out but hungry at the same time. Right? I'm like energized and I'm ambitious, but I have no money and I'm stressed. I don't know how that's even possible that you could be excited and stressed at the same time, but maybe some of you guys can relate. So I made a list. I have 5 maintenance friends. Now, maintenance friends are people that kind of maybe bring you down. Maybe you've known them for a long time, so you feel obligated. You have to be with them. Like you've known them since middle school. They're your family friend or cousin or something. You're like, I feel bad not hanging out with them, but you know they're toxic, right? So maintenance friends. I made a list of the top 5. Then I made a list of the 5 growth friends that I have or that I wanted to build a relationship with. These don't have to be people you know now, but just make a list of the growth friends, people that help you think bigger, people that inspire you and challenge you. If you're at 6 figures already, these are people that are at 7 figures. If you're not at 6 figures, these are people that are at 6 figures, right? And then I simply did this. I'm very big in simplicity. People like to confuse people and have all this complexity. Complexity is the enemy of execution. So that's why I want to simplify. Here's all I did. I made a decision. I lowered the time I spent with my growth friends, and I increased the time I spent with my, or lowered the time I spent with my maintenance friends, sorry. And I increased the time I spent with my growth friends. Because the most important decision you ever make, right, is who you surround yourself with. If you hang out with 5 millionaires, you'll eventually be the 6th. It's inevitable. If you hang out with 5 intelligent people, you'll be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 confident people, you'll be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 idiots, you know what happens, right? What about 5 broke people? Who do alcoholics hang out with, right? Here's the scariest exercise I've done with myself back in the day. If you add up the 5 people you're around the most, that you connect with the most, and you add up their income and then you divide it by 5, your income is right on what that average is. It's scary. So if I wanted to elevate my income, I needed to elevate my circle of influence. So the tough decision that everyone has to make is who to cut out. Right? Life is too short to deal with toxic people who don't make you feel exceptional. Something changes and you go from watching people succeed and seeing how are these people online crushing it, traveling, flying first class, having amazing financial freedom. It's because they've made those tough decisions, right? So you got to make the tough decisions because as your vision gets bigger, your circle gets smaller. Because you're representing the strength and courage and vision some people don't yet have. And the ideal situation, which I'll talk about, is bringing them up to your level. But if not, you got to X them out. And it's not easy, but either is success. The world's tough, right? Most people are struggling. So if you want to really rise above noise, you got to take this seriously. So that's the first part, support system. Okay, edit and evaluate that. Second thing is peers. Now, peers is like your business network. Those you're around when you're working, when you're grinding. Okay. A players that can bounce ideas off of you. You have those. Right? Closest 5 that should be living a lifestyle that you're striving for. So peers is the next one. And peers is the people that you bounce ideas off and connect with that can help you bring your idea to fruition or help you level up. So this is the next step is find a mastermind network. Like find a mastermind network who you're the dumbest person in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So find a mastermind network of people that challenge you, that make you think bigger. Okay. And these are people that you can bounce ideas off of, people that give you valuable feedback, people that share strategies, tips, and tricks with you, and accountability and support, and people that will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are people that aren't just friends, they're companions, partnerships. These are like people that really, really have your back and hold you to high standards. All right. So that's the next thing, is make sure you either create your own network, mastermind network, or join one. This is the best money you'll ever spend, is into a mastermind community, right? Here's the next game changer's truth. Everyone with $1 million network starts at zero. Now, let me rephrase that. 98+% of people that have $1 million network start at zero. There's always the 2% that were born into wealth, like the Paris Hiltons and things like that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 98% of the majority that has a great network that started with zero. So I don't want you to sit there and say, oh, I don't know anybody. Either did I. I was from a small town on the Oregon coast that most people were fishermen, loggers, teachers, and nothing wrong with those professions, but I didn't have any entrepreneurs to look up to or to respect. And going from a small town, watching all these people online, it's amazing that because of these principles, I'm now able to connect with Gary Vee. I connect with Gary Vaynerchuk through my cell phone, right? Ty Lopez, Randall Pitch, the CEO of LiveFit, one of the biggest clothing lines on the planet. There's Ryan Blair, who started Visalis, who sold it for $780 million. There's Gerard Adams, started Elite Daily, one of my best friends. There's Lewis Howes. Grant Cardone reached out to interview me. A lot of people want to interview Grant. He wanted to interview me. This is Grant at one of his places in Malibu that he rented. This is me and Eric Thomas. Me and Tom Bilyeu, the founder of Impact Theory and Quest Bars. And these are people that I connect with regularly. And this is from knowing nobody, right? This is Kenny Smith, NBA player. This is Tony Horton, the founder of P90X, right? So it's possible. I want to let you guys know. Now, there's 3 pieces, remember? So support, peers, and a mentor. Once again, support, people you're around on a day-to-day basis when you go home. Peers, who you work with. Mentor, who you learn from, who is cutting your learning curve in half, and who is making 100% sure you're on the right path. One of the biggest game changers for me was realizing, oh my gosh, I don't have to have the answer. I was always banging my head against the wall, like, I have to figure out the answer. I have to figure out the answer. No, you don't. You don't have to. People ahead of you, people that are already succeeding, will give you the answer. If I could narrow down anything that got me to broke and discouraged and feeling hopeless, to having $120,000 in my bank account, to then having $1 million a year, it's because I didn't figure out the answer. I asked my network. I didn't figure out the answer. I asked my network. So choose a mentor. Now, you want to choose a mentor that has similar values, that is someone that has proven results, someone you respect, but someone that can call you out, right? That's a big, big key. One of my first mentors, and I'll tell you, one of the biggest breakthroughs I've had that is a little embarrassing, but it's a monumental part of my life. His name was Jordan Weirs, and he was my first $1 million mentor. And he told me, a smart person learns from their mistakes, as all successful people do. But those wanting world-class results learn from other people's mistakes so they can shorten their learning curve and not waste as much time making the same ones. This quote really changed the game for me. So the power of a mentor does this, right? It gives you education and guidance, and not just education, not formal education, self-education and the right education, right? Calls you out when necessary, which a lot of people don't have anyone to call them out to hold them to high standards. Has you thinking way bigger and helps you with the big strategic decisions, right? So let me give you an example of the trajectory of your life changing just from a mentor. So for me, I finally get to 6 figures and I'm making 6 figures, but I'm still working 100 hours a week, 85 to 100 hours. So yes, I have money, but I also value lifestyle. So if you're making $100 million, but you don't have a lifestyle you're proud of, you did it all wrong. Right? The ultimate failure is success with no fulfillment, right? So I finally started making money, but I'm like, how am I going to ever get to 7 figures if I'm already working 85 hours a week? So I had to find $1 million mentor, and I had $120,000 saved as a 23 or 24-year-old, and I hired this mentor, Jordan, and I'm excited. I'm 24. I think I almost was 24, and I say, Jordan, I have 120 saved. Like, Like I'm crushing it. And I was getting a little bit complacent and got a little cocky, just to be honest. And I was going to take some time off. And I told him I have 120 grand saved. I was thinking he was going to say, no, that's amazing, man. You're young. You got more money than a lot of people right now. But he said, you're kidding me. Maybe you're not the right person I should work with. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, I made $1 million when I was 21. That's not much money. This is where you turn it on more. This is where you hire, you invest back in your team. This is where you build systems. And I said, whoa. And that changed my life when he called me out. And I don't care if you have $0 in your bank account or 100,000. Staying hungry and building a system that works on its own and building a lifestyle is the biggest key. You have to have someone calling you out. So I don't think I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for him challenging my standards and calling me out. That's the importance of a mentor. And understanding this, your network is more important than anything else, more important than experience. This is why people ask me, how are there people on your academy? How are there kids making 6 figures and people struggling at 50? Well, this is why, because your network's more important than your experience, and it's more important than your age. So step 6, someone just asked me on a podcast a couple weeks ago, what's your biggest advice you ever got when you were younger from a mentor? And this was it. He said, Peter, take very, very few opinions. And I said, wow, I was taking every opinion. I was taking opinions from every angle, and it was causing me to be overwhelmed. And I was investing in different courses and all these things, and most were BS, and I was overwhelmed, right? So I started taking less opinions only from people that I respected, that I would trade places with, right? And this was a game changer for me. So for you, start taking less opinions. Connect with 1 or 2 mentors. Start unfollowing people, right, that you don't fully respect, or you feel. There's a lot of people I used to follow on Instagram that just, their content is so fluffy and so BS. And then I meet them in person and they're a totally different person. And I said, I can't have this in my life. I need to connect with world-class people that I respect, right? So just be careful where you put your respect. And networking versus experience was something I had to learn the hard way. And I learned from passing people up in my previous company by elevating my network and getting a mentor. I passed people up that had 10 times more experience than me. So people say I have 10, 20, 30 years. If you're doing the same thing every year and you're not investing in yourself and innovating and bettering yourself, you just have 1 year repeated a bunch, right? That's why networking is so important. And your circle of influence affects every other area of your life, right? So it affects your confidence, your health, your energy, your attitude, your income, your peace of mind, and everything. So we did a survey. We asked you guys what your goals were. You guys let me know on here as well as in the email, and we've done a lot of surveying. And it's kind of funny, but this is what comes up. Top 2 things you guys want: make more money, so financial freedom, in less time. This is obvious, but this is the number 1 and 2 things you guys want. You guys want to make more money and have financial freedom in less time, right? So I wanted to share with you the 6X strategy to earn more income in less time. You kind of already have the networking piece, but I'm going to add on that, right? So you guys do, whether it's big ticket sales, whether you want to transition to entrepreneurship, whether you're in network marketing, whether you do content and social media, whether you want to know how to approach influencers, you need more clarity, you want to get better at sales, this will help. This is transferable to every single industry. We've tested it. We've now done 6 figures in 8 or 9 different industries, a lot of them within 6 months, right? Remember, my number 1 failure was I tried to do it all myself. And this cost me more time, more stress, and worse results. So you don't want to be Superman syndrome, right? What happens is you actually start to resent the things that you used to love, okay? And I'm telling you right now, if you do this, it's really hard or nearly impossible to build a lifestyle you're proud of. And after making the millions, after studying people that have $100 million and connecting with people that have massive regret, they're making money, but they have broken relationships. They're making money, but they don't know who their kids are. They're making money, but they're tied to their 5,000 employees and they can't take any time off. They have lawsuits, all these things. Here's what I've realized. There's nothing more important. And I promise you, this is from 12 years of paying attention and researching and interviewing and studying. There's nothing more important than lifestyle. And I show these pictures because this is what it's about. It's about building a life on your terms, traveling when you want, on your terms, making money while you're traveling. And I don't say it's like you can make money from anywhere, but the facts are you can. And this is the best time in human history with the most resources to do so. This is us in Tulum. This is us going to Vegas. We traveled a lot because I was able to understand what I didn't want and what I wanted. So this is the end goal, is to build a life you're proud of, okay? So the 6X strategy. You guys ready? I'm excited. Have to shift from complexity to simplicity. That's number one. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, if there was no limitations, what is your ideal outcome for the next 6 months? Next year? Most things don't matter. Like, get rid of all the noise out there. Shift from complexity to simplicity. The more complexity you have, the more information that comes to you, the more confused and overwhelmed you're going to be, and you won't take any action. So what's most important to you? That's the key. Like, think about that, right? Knowing yourself. What is your outcome? Who do you need? Like, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? Most people don't know what they want. Right? So you need to make sure what you want matches your values. There's a million ways to make money. There's one optimal way based on a very clear roadmap that's relevant to you, right? What are some things you shouldn't do, things you can't do? Like, who do you need to hire, things like that. Just think, and this, you want to base this off your potential and off of what's possible, not your past and not insecurities, right? Next, it's creating, and I'm telling you, this is the roadmap. Simplify what you want, why you want it. Start creating and crafting $1 million road network by getting your mastermind together, by lowering the time you spent with maintenance friends, and level up who you're around, and make sure you're a part of a powerful community, or you're missing out on growth. Right? Be purposeful and intentional. Pay if you have to. I've paid plenty for mentors. I used to pay Jordan Weir's $1,250 a month and eventually $1,500 a month, and I was getting 4 calls with him and some other stuff. Right? So and that was when I wasn't making a ton of money. Right? So sometimes you got to pay, but sometimes you can find a network and create your own, right? Optimize your positioning, okay? So when you start figuring out what industry you want to get in, whether you're in network marketing, whether you're a best-selling author, whether you want to start create content, whether you want to put on events, whether you want to be digital marketing, whether you have a restaurant you own, right? What makes your business different? What's going to be your unique angle? When you make your business about something, and you make sure you match your values to which, like, if one of your values is growth and scale, but what you're doing doesn't scale, then you're not living incongruently. You're living incongruently. So what's your unique edge? If I asked you, why should I do business with you? Why should I book you to speak? Why should I join your team versus every other team in the world? You have to be concrete on why, right? So figure out what makes you different, and then take full control of your schedule. Like seizing each day and maximizing your 24 hours, or leveraging technology to build a team. Your perspective on time is huge. Successful people not just buy time, but they always make sure they're moving with purpose and intention. They always make sure they're making decisions based off intelligence and based off what's most important for their business. Most people trade time for money, and sometimes people trade time for nothing because they're always kind of escaping reality, not doing anything to better themselves, right? So take control of your schedule. Anything someone can do 80% as good as you that's not your strength, you got to delegate it, right? So start focusing on the right activities and start taking control of your schedule. When you start taking control of your schedule and you understand what the most important activities are, what your profit producing activities are, then you start to see results happen. And here's the cool thing. You don't need to know all these. Other people will tell you when they're in their network. These are the 3 questions I ask myself every morning. What am I excited about? What am I grateful for? What am I committed to making happen no matter what? Right? Next, create an unshakable confidence. Confidence comes from results, networking, and clarity. So when you have clarity, and when you have energy and excitement from knowing what to do next, and you have a network, you're going to start building your confidence. Because if you don't have results, it's really hard to have confidence, right? So you got to keep that unshakable confidence. And lastly, it's continuing to focus on the right activity. It's continuing to focus on the right activities. Okay, and I'll kind of go over what the right activities are. Here's some important key activities to productivity and growth: positioning, networking, marketing, and sales. You don't have to do these yourself, but you should be focusing on how to position your company as a leading authority, whether it's getting in articles, podcasts, magazines. How are you going to position yourself to where people know that you're the go-to? What are you doing every week to network with high-level people? Most people think it's all about the product, the creation, the actual doing of the product. No, it's about the marketing, right? So become a marketer. And then, of course, sales is getting your product out there. These are the activities you should focus on. Ask your network and those playing the game at a higher level than you, right? And let me give you kind of a real world example. This is Josh, who was still on our academy, 17 years old, high school student from New Zealand. He had no network. He had lack of direction, and he was making $1,700 a month from pure ambition, right? So what I've noticed is you can make money from pure ambition and just grit, but it's not sustainable and it's not systemized. So it's really hard to grow, and you're usually going to be a slave to your business. That's why you have to create systems. So he used the 6X strategy with our help. He changed his circle of influence. He learned from mentors, right? He learned from mentors. He improved his positioning. He created certainty and confidence from the first three things. He focused on the right activities that were proven to give him results, and his income went from $1,700 to $10,350 in 90 days. He was making more than his teachers. That's 6 figures. Now he's making more than that, obviously, but that's just a simple example, right? Time is never the problem. It's lack of focus, no roadmap, and an incongruent circle of influence, right? So let's kind of recap. Lesson 1, your circle of influence is the #1 indicator of your success. So stop trying to do it all yourself, right? Let your network help you. 2, create your $1 million network with all 3 pieces. Support, peers, mentor. Doesn't matter what age you are or where you live, right? 3, it's not about working harder or smarter. It's about working right. Not about harder or smarter. It's about working right. A few strategic activities will go a long way, right? And bonus lesson that I learned, you don't need to believe. Just get around people that do. I didn't, once I made 6 figures, I still, for the first couple months after I finally made money, I still didn't believe in myself. So I made 6 figures without believing in myself. But here's the difference. I still wrote down my goals, and I still looked at them daily, and I still took action. So you don't need to believe. People always say, believe in yourself, have faith. You don't need to believe. Just take action, and the belief will catch up when you get the results. But you want to get around people who do believe. Also, you don't need to have the answer when you create the right network. You don't need to have the answer when you have the right network, right? The only way you're going to create a life and a business on your terms is by building your network. That's really it, right? So I challenge you, think about from this content what you need to take the most action on, right? The biggest key to consistent income, massive energy, and real success is being around the right people and daily accountability, but also having a roadmap to follow. Okay, if you want to reach new heights, you have to make sure you get around the right people. And remember, networking is more important than experience. So let me ask you a question. Okay, do you want to succeed and take advantage of the opportunities in front of you and grow your business fast or slow? This is a new Tesla, and I don't know what that other car is. But a lot of people say they want to grow fast. They say they want to get to the next level, but they're doing everything themselves, or they're trying to study as much as they can, but don't have any execution, and they're like the slow car, and it takes them forever. And sometimes people eventually like let up and settle, right? I want to help you execute all these actions consistently so you can create your dream network, so you can gain 100% confidence and clarity, and so you can start seeing real results, right? In my opinion, you should make the immediate decision to do everything you can to create your ideal lifestyle. I want to help you not only cut your learning curve in half, but help you so you have a better network. Help you so you have clarity on what's next so you can start making consistent income. And for me, I'm not sure why you showed up here today. It might be because you're sick of treading water in your business and you feel like your business is running you versus you running your business. Maybe you're frustrated that your business, your blog, your videos, your podcast isn't making any money, or you're wondering how to create more predictable, consistent income, and you've been stuck at the same income level. Or maybe you are making money, but you're sick of trading time for money, and you don't like working for somebody else. Or like for me at this time, when I was in a position of struggle, I didn't feel like my intelligence and ambition was matching my bank accounts. Maybe that's you. I don't know. But either way, I want to help you claim your freedom back with certainty and help you cut your learning curve in half. So at this point, we've had like 45 to 50 minutes together. How many of you guys got at least one or two things right in here, right in the chat? If you got one or two things, just say yes in the chat. Hopefully you guys are getting some value. How many of you guys wish we can go longer? Right? How many of you guys want to get access to a very exclusive and proven networking community? Right? Now, is it okay? I want to spend a couple extra minutes. I made kind of something really cool and special for you guys that I want to kind of share to help bring this stuff to life. And all the stuff we talked about, I want to make it easier for you to execute in your life and business. So let's talk about you. You're online right now. You're watching this webinar. You now understand the importance of a good network and circle of influence. You know the importance to your life and business. There's nothing more important in my perspective, right? Would you agree that it could dramatically increase your chances of getting not just to 6 figures, but past the 7-figure mark? Not just income and influence, but consistently and predictable in how you receive it. So not just random income, but you want it to be more predictable, right? Within the last couple of months, we've had so many people asking about our Game Changers Academy, which is an invite-only community, but wanted to open up a level to you. And I want to share this. So I'm excited to introduce you. I'm super pumped. I've been pumped about this for the last month to introduce you to the Game Changers Academy, the #1 networking community and mastermind program for ambitious entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and anybody wanting to get around higher level people. After working with 7,500 entrepreneurs and me personally investing over $150,000 on personal development and thousands of hours researching, we've created a complete system you need. And the Game Changer, and I'll kind of explain this, I'm excited. And then what we'll do is we'll do some Q&A afterwards, and whoever stays till the end will get that the blueprint and access to the academy. The Game Changers community is the absolute fastest way to go from point A to point B while eliminating stress and overwhelm. So this is why we created it, because the roadmap most people take is the first A and B. We created a streamline where you can actually get from A to B quicker. So here's what you're going to get. You get the complete Game Changer system, and this is 100% based on experience and results. So you get modules that are released every 7 to 21 days to kind of continue to level up your skill level and give you all the resources you need to be the top 1%, right? You get a proven network of actually over 850 Game Changers. You get live mastermind calls every month. We can put you on the hot seat, and you can connect and share ideas with other Game Changer members. You get elite millionaire mentors. Every single month, you get a new millionaire mentor to connect with personally live, where you can ask them any question you want. So this is better than having a network and growth friends. You get some of the best in the world. We've had Gary Vaynerchuk, Tim Ferriss, Ryan Blair, Grant Cardone 3 different times, Ariana Huffington, Marie Forleo, Eric Thomas, Ty Lopez, Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, Tony Horton, Tim Sykes, right? So let me kind of explain. And this is $8,000 for the Game Changer system. But let me ask you this. If it made you an extra 100K or gave you freedom, would it be worth that, right? You get live mastermind calls and hot seats every month. My letter to achiever scripts. So you're going to get the exact script that I use to reach out to high level people to get them to respond almost every time. People have got a hold of Tony Robbins. They've got a hold of Richard Branson. They've got a hold of Tim Ferriss. They've got a hold of Seth Godin. They've got a hold of a lot of different people from this exact script. The Maximizing Your Strengths Blueprint. So if you're new to success and you want to start a business, this blueprint will help you figure out your strengths, figure out what industries to go in, and help you monetize, right? How to build an online empire. So how to build an online presence, a network of 850 individuals. And you also get my connections, my mentorship and experience working for you. Total value is $10,108. And obviously, if it makes you more, it's worth it. But this is time tested and proven by thousands of people from all walks of life. It's been featured in Forbes, Entrepreneur Magazine, and all kinds of different publications. And we now have over 550 testimonials and more coming in daily. So thanks. I see all the yeses coming in. I love it. I'm excited. So this is what I really want you guys to pay attention to, okay? So here's why we have so many testimonials. We are very selective and we've kept it exclusive. Everything is focused on mastery, not overload. So you're only going to get 20% that is going to give you the best results. I understand how valuable time is. I don't want you to waste your time going through things that aren't valuable, right? It's actionable, it's updated, and it's what's relevant now. It's 100% based on experience and results. You get live interaction with some of the world's most influential people, and you have accountability to help you stay on track and increase your results. So here's some real examples, real value, real results. I don't want to just talk about it. Here's some of the examples. Jared, in 2016, by the way, this has been going on since 2012. So this is very proven. This is not something we started last week or a random course we just created like most people. This has been proven and going on for 6 years now. In 2016, my business did 236,000 in revenue. So far in 2017, we broke 250 in revenue and have essentially 8 months to go, which is pretty awesome. On pace to 3x's revenue. Derek, we're closed a deal this morning, which will pay me $35,000 in commissions next month. The main reason I won the business is I taught the CEO how to take the 10 things his company needs to accomplish for the next 2 years and focus on top of game-changing things. This is something we teach in one of the modules that he actually executed on. Just closed 2 more deals that'll pay me $55K in commissions next month. I've hit 95% of my yearly quota in 2.5 months after joining the academy. Forget 6 figures in 6 months. I did it in under 3 months. Time to set higher goals. 90K in commissions in 2.5 months. After just 6 weeks in the academy, I quit my job, published my first book, and I'm on track to replace my income in the next 6 weeks doing something I love. Justin Weeks, who I think is on here. Justin's been killing it since 2016. Game Changers Academy has exceeded all my expectations. It scares me to think I almost didn't apply just because I was already at the top level of my company. I've gotten continue to get massive results from implementing the skills and information that I've learned from Peter in the academy. By far the best business decision I've ever made. He's been able to double his income multiple times and build one of the most dynamic network marketing companies on the planet, like his team. Super driven, amazing movement he's creating. I went from 60K to 102,000 all within a couple of months. So this isn't about getting the 6 figures. This isn't about making 500,000 or 200,000. It's about having the best year you've ever had and increasing your income. And if you're not making the money you want, there's nothing that will help you in a more proven way. This one means a lot. Within my first week of becoming platinum, I made my first 40 online ever. Now, it's not about the $40. She's been trying for over a year, and this is the first time she actually made money online. So she knows it's possible. This was a huge breakthrough for her, and that's what the academy does. Now she's made a lot more, but that was the first 40 online. When you see you can make money online and you don't have to have a boss, game changes. Javier, can't believe the value in your academy. Feels like highway robbery. Price should be triple, and I'm only on day 2. I just got this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. It's February 1st. This was awesome getting this. I love getting these. I want to thank you and keep you updated on how you've impacted my life. I know you're busy, so I'll keep it short. Because of the Game Changers Academy and power coaching we did over the last few years, I've done $2 million in sales, gross revenue, but still cool. My business is scaling and growing, and my wife and 7 kids were able to buy their dream home in the country. I would never have gotten to this point if it wasn't for you. Thanks for all you do. This is why I do what I do. This is why we've almost been obsessed with making sure we have the best networking community that actually gives people real results, right? What we've realized is the most common struggles we've seen, inconsistent and unpredictable income, no real guidance or strategy, lack real confidence and certainty, and they don't have a real support system. So out of all the people and all the surveys we've done, this is the most common problems. So what we did is we made sure the academy helped people maximize their income on their terms, follow a proven step-by-step roadmap, gain absolute clarity and develop unshakable confidence, and create their $1 million network, right? And the #1 program just got even better. We revamped the academy resources about a year ago, and we have customized deep dive trainings that we've added, right? So, and there's been more resources than ever before. So think about how much this would be worth to you. If you really had a support system right away, like $1 million network overnight, you had my mentorship and you had these millionaire mentors along with a proven roadmap to follow, how much would it be worth to you in the next 5 years? Think about that. Fast forward, most people don't think about what they can invest in now that's going to pay for itself years down the road in your lifetime. I want you to visualize waking up in a year, whatever time you want, with no boss, right? Taking your kids to the park, relaxing, being able to go to any restaurant you want, not worrying about the bill. I used to go to restaurants and I used to not want to get appetizers or drinks because of the price. And life's too short and no one should ever live that way. But you have to think why most people struggle. They never invest in themselves or bet on themselves, right? So how much would this be worth to you in the next 5 years, even the next year, right? Why go through the trouble of figuring out on your own when you can just model exactly what I did to create millions of dollars in sales and profits while building a life and a business on my terms? I want to take you by the hand and show you exactly what I did. And nothing we've talked about today has been theory or hopes or wishes. This is exactly what I've done to generate 7 figures in multiple industries. And I've now helped thousands of others around the world create a life and a business on their terms while deepening their networks. Doesn't matter how much experience you have or what you've done in the past, right? And some people say, well, I'm not sure, I don't have a lot of time. That might be the reason why you should do this, so you have more free time. So how much will this cost me? A lot of you guys are asking that. Well, I'm excited to share this with you. You can try and figure it out on your own, of course, right? Like a lot of people do, like I did. You can hire a consultant. You could spend thousands hiring people. I paid $20,000 for an hour speech, and I've turned down $5,000 per month for coaching to teach the same content, right? Not $10,000, it's not $5,000, it's not $4,500, which is the referral discount price. $19.97 was what the price was going to be, which is what our team wanted to do, which would still be a steal, right? We're doing, for action takers and game changers, we're doing a best year ever webinar only special, okay? You get the full Game Changers Academy training system. You get live mastermind calls and hot seats every month. You get my letters to achiever script. You get how to build an online empire training. You get the maximizing your strengths blueprint for you guys that are new. You get a network of 850 ambitious and success-minded individuals. You get my connections, mentorship, and experience working for you. Total value is $10,108. I want something that's way more affordable for you. You can enroll today for only 4 investments of, this is crazy, of $297, right? So I'm going to put this link up. I just did it, but I'm going to take it off. So I'm letting you know there will be, I'm going to put a link up and we'll do some contests as well for the first people to join. But you can go to gamechangersmovement.com/yes to enroll, or you can save $200 and you can make one investment of $997. So I think it's 80% off, 88% off. You get all access webinar special for $997. And by the way, guys, I don't know if we'll do this ever again, and the price is going to go up. So you want to take action. Gamechangersmovement.com/yes. I'm super excited to get you going. So you have 2 options. You can try and figure everything out on your own, spend thousands of dollars, waste tons of time trying to do it yourself, and obviously get burnout, or you can get a proven roadmap. You can cut your learning curve in half, right? You can get to your goals much quicker and you can start making more money than ever. So I'm excited to invite you guys to the Game Changers Academy, where you can join over 850 ambitious entrepreneurs already in there today. Also, I know this is a substantial investment for some of you guys, right? There's 100% money back, 0 risk guarantee. We wanted to kind of make it a no-brainer. And I'll tell you what, I want to take away all the risk, and I want to guarantee in a way that you know it's the right choice for you today. I'm going to put myself out there and think, personally, this is the best program in the industry, and no one has ever touched this level of comprehensive, relevant, and deep dive content and mixed it with live millionaire training. By the way, if you're on the Academy already, go ahead and post anything you've learned or things that you've done. Yeah, if you're on the academy, share what it's done for you if you are on this. So I want to put myself out there and let you know that I feel like this is the best training out. So if you sign up and you don't fly out the gate within the first couple of days, and you don't believe it's the best training that you've ever had, if you don't feel your confidence go up and your clarity go up and your network go up, you get your money back. No questions asked. Look, I will not waste your time. And I know what you've been through. I've been through some tragic things. I've been broke. I've been discouraged. And I've been through a lot of programs that don't work. And if you're skeptical, I don't blame you. I get it. This is why we're putting the guarantee out there. And this is why I'm telling you that we have a flawless reputation, is we've been selective with who we accept, right? Look, I understand you. You might not feel like your intelligence matches your bank account. You're sick of all the BS out there and you want a proven roadmap. Maybe you're scared to invest because money's tight, but you're going to spend the money anyways. And if you have maybe a money issue or you're not fully confident in your finances, that's probably the number one reason why you should invest, so you never have money issues ever again. Remember, we have on the academy that you guys will get a chance to connect with once you enroll. They're 19, 20, 21, making $250,000, $500,000, even some over $1 million a year, right? And it's not because their age, they're young. It's not because they're experienced, they don't have much. It's because their network, and it's because the roadmap that we give them, right? And we also designed this to be able to make your money back in the first 30 to 45 days, especially being at 80-something% off. So gamechangersmovement.com/yes. I'm super excited for you guys. This offer will not last long. The special webinar promotion is only open until Monday at midnight. But of course, there's going to be some special bonuses for people that take action today. So go to gamechangersmovement.com/yes. Let me know if you have any questions. But I'm excited. Some of you guys have already taken action. I love it. So here's the deal. We're going to do some more bonuses. I want to make this a no-brainer for you, okay? Because I know what it's like not to have a roadmap. I know what it's like not to have a network, and it's no fun. And I know what it's like to actually finally live a life on your terms, where you have clarity, you don't have money issues, you have certainty, right? And when you have big goals, it's hard to relate to other people. It's sometimes lonely, right? And I've been doing this for 10, 12 plus years. And I've crafted this program because all the programs, all the masterminds, all the events I went to didn't get me real results. And we've been fortunate to have thousands of conversations about other courses. And the common theme is there's just too much mindset training, not enough tactics, and never a proven roadmap. 2, it's bad networking. People that got on were the most ambitious in the group. I promise you, you will not be the most ambitious, right? So I want to stack some bonuses. On top of getting in the academy, you get our Becoming Unstoppable audio series, which is all about bulletproofing your mindset, strengthening your mental toughness, and developing an unshakable confidence. So now your mindset's clear, so you can take better action, right? Second thing is you actually get all of our previous millionaire guest speakers and mastermind calls. This says you get the top 15. You actually get all of the speakers from the last 6 years in your portal. So you'll get a customized website, and you'll get everything from the previous 6 years. So you can kind of pick and choose. Bonus 3, you're going to get a 30-day quick start guide, and you're going to get my personal mentorship to make 100% sure you get the results. I have never done this, and I probably will never do it again. This is complete honesty and bluntness. I've never done this. So anyone that enrolls today, shows me you're an action taker, and bets on themselves, I will connect with you personally. All you got to do is reach out through email, and we'll figure out a time to connect. And I'll personally make sure that you come out the gate strong and you know how to maximize the academy. So you also get the quick start guide right there, okay? So what's the real value now? You get live mastermind calls, my letter to achiever scripts, how to build an online empire training, the maximizing your strengths blueprint, a network of 850 ambitious individuals, new millionaire mentors every month, Becoming Unstoppable audio series, the Maximizing Your Strengths blueprint, the full Game Changers Academy training system, my connections, mentorship, and experience working for you, all the previous mastermind and millionaire calls for $13,000. Now, if it was $13,000, it would still be of value because we can help you make more than that, right? For only $997 or $297. $997 or $297. So here's what to do next, okay? Go to gamechangersmovement.com/yes and enroll. Check your email for the login info. Watch the introduction module. Now, this will get you in the right state of mind. Okay, all the information. This is not like my book and some of my YouTube videos. This is deep dive, like real tactical training. Watch the introduction module. And then under the bonus materials, you're going to watch the Millionaire Time Management System video. It's going to come with a blueprint. And this is how all the millionaires think about time management. It's going to help you prioritize and start managing your schedule like successful people. This is one of the best trainings. So you're going to get that right away. Okay. Imagine learning from these people. Like, you can't help but succeed. People always ask me, the number one question I get from my book, 6 months to 6 figures, how did you make 6 figures in 6 months? Well, I stopped connecting with broke people and I only connected with people that were making 3, 4, 500,000. It's inevitable that I'm going to make 6 figures. Just like if you get on this program and you connect with these kind of people and myself, it's inevitable you have the best year you've ever had in your life. Now, unless you never take any action, but we have accountability for that, right? And here's some upcoming speakers. Randall just talked. David Goggins just spoke to the Academy, who wrote one of the best books. Jocko Willink's coming up, Robert Kiyosaki, Shailene Johnson. We even locked in Elon Musk. Let me tell you why we lock in these big speakers. Because they know that you guys are the future of our society and culture. They know you guys are the cream of the crop. And remember, if you don't fully believe, you have nothing to lose. Take a chance on yourself. But I don't want to lie like some people and say you have to believe. If you don't fully believe, let other people believe in you and take the action like you believe until the results and belief catch up, right? Here's some more examples. This is Kirk. Some of you guys may know Kirk. Kirk Knowles. Just want to give you a shout out. Started the Game Changer less than 2 months ago with a 5-month goal to raise my business residual income from less than 150 to 200K a year. Hit that mark today, over 50K a year raise in less than 2 months. Reworking last 90-day goals of 2016 and finished the year at 250 residual. Make sure we hit the 7-figure mark. Now, this is someone that looked at this. I just was with him in Texas a while back. We became friends and he's crushing it now. He was embarrassed that he even had this, right? This money. He said if he made 250 now, he would freak out, right? So he's now 5x'd his income and he's still on the Academy 3 years later, right? So these are a lot of different examples. At the end of April, my team was ranked the very bottom of the division. This is a guy named Caleb. I'm talking dead last. By the end of June, we were ranked first in the division. I cannot believe I've doubled my figures already in 4 weeks. Gold for gold. This is Anna Doon. She's in network marketing in Australia. She was able to double her figures. Funny figures. We don't really say that in the States. George Cohen. Before working with Peter, we only had 2,000 users. And we're struggling with customer acquisition. After one of the live calls with Peter, I took his advice and implemented a new strategy. Our results skyrocketed almost overnight. We went from 2,000 doctors to 45,000 signing up for our service and brought on 200,000 new users. His no BS straight shooter approach cut directly to the point and showed me exactly what to focus on to get results. So I want to go back. I want to keep in mind, look at the word implemented. I took advice and I implemented, right? That's a big key there. You also get a chance to meet other game changers. We do game changers workshops. There's a lot of other things. Now, my job's not to sell you on this. If I have to sell you too hard on this, it might not be for you. But we want to exceed all expectations. It's a proven, one of the most proven programs on the planet. And it's been going on for 6 years. So you get to meet other game changers. Here's some people that are in the Academy, Justin and Kirk and Chelsea. Here's one of our events, Mastermind in LA, pretty amazing. The only question will be for you, what's your story? Like, what's your story going to be the next 6 months? Here's a scary thought. The best way to predict someone's next 6 months is to look at the previous 6 months, period. Mark Cuban said that. Unless, so whatever you did the last 6 months, the exact same thing's going to happen, except maybe worse. So you can't expect to get new results by not doing something different, unless two things. Unless you get around higher level people and you put something different in your mind. Right? So what's your story going to be in the next 30 days? Right? That's my challenge. What is your story going to be? We want to help you create an inspiring story. So you get the Game Changer, gamechangersmovement.com/yes. You get the complete Game Changer system, $1 million network, live mastermind calls, and elite millionaire mentors. All for the 88% off. Also, You have no risk. The only real risk here is inaction. So it's 100% guarantee, results guarantee based, and action takers, guys, are always rewarded. Action takers in life are always rewarded. And the people that say, well, I'm going to wait, someday I'll be successful, someday. No, action takers, if you're waiting for everything to align perfectly to take action, good luck in this new economy. Not how it works. You have to learn to take action without certainty till the results catch up, right? So for the first 10 who take action, there's already been people to take action. So for the next couple people to take action, you're going to get a special game changers package. Okay. You're going to get both my mixtapes signed. You're going to get my book, 6 Months to Six Figures hardcover, as well as the massive blueprint, as well as the flash drive with our 15 best blueprints and documents, as well as the game changers journal, as well as the wristband. So you're going to get a package in the mail if you are the first 10 to take action. So join the most exclusive networking community today, gamechangersmovement.com/yes. And the number one thing that holds most people back that I want to share that I've realized in the last 12 years is they never tell themselves right now matters. They're always like, next week, next month, when I get paid, when this happens, then. And they live on Someday Isle. And they're on Someday Isle with other people that live on Someday Isle. Most people spend the first half of their life saying, I'm too young. I'm too young to be successful. I'm too young to invest in myself or sacrifice. I'm too young to build $1 million business. And then they spend the second half of their life saying, I'm too old. I'm 45, I'm 55, I'm 65, I'm too old. You won't believe the people that started succeeding after the age of 50 or 60, right? So don't be like most people. Now matters more than ever. Like, we're giving you 88+% off discount to one of the most proven networking and resources for entrepreneurs on the planet, and there's no risk. This is where you challenge yourself, right? This is where what's it going to cost if someone asked one time, what's it cost? Wrong question. Doesn't matter what it costs if it's going to help you change your life. The question is, what's it going to cost you if you don't join? What's it worth to you to never have money issues ever again? What's it worth to you to get your time back so you can spend time on the things you care about, like your kids and family? What's that worth to you? Now matters more than ever. Right? There's no reason in 2019 and 2020 you should be struggling and not making money and having financial freedom. There's all the resources. So something has to click, right? That's why we want to help you get to that next level. People are going to spend the money anyways. It blows my mind. Now I'm getting passionate. It blows my mind how people can spend $40,000 to $100,000 on college, which is 100% irrelevant unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, and it's outdated information that doesn't matter, and they won't spend anything on personal growth. This is 99% cheaper and 100% more relevant and effective. And I want to let you guys know too, I wanted to share this. We made it affordable, but don't value it because it's so cheap, right? Keep that in mind. We did make it $297 or $997, and we don't ever do that. But don't devalue the price, okay? Keep that in mind. If the Academy gave you $1 million network, would it be worth even the $13,000? Yes, of course, right? You guys getting this? Who here is excited? Who's already joined? I'm excited to see that as well. So let me go through this and we'll do some questions. This is for you if your bank account doesn't match your ambition. This is for you if you're not fully fulfilling your potential. This is for you if you need clarity and a proven roadmap to follow. This is for you if you want more predictable and consistent income. And this is for you if you want more flexibility and freedom. And this is for you if you want to transition out of what you're doing and become a full-fledged entrepreneur. Or this is for you if you're already making money, but you want more lifestyle and more freedom and flexibility. All right, this is for you. So I'm excited. Let's do some Q&A. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, but this is something that I'm super pumped to get you guys access to. And let me ask you a question real quick before we kind of go into the Q&A. By the way, the Game Changers training system, the $1 Million Network and the live mastermind calls and everything, I'm going to let anyone that joins on this, which I'm just I want to over deliver for you guys because you've spent this time with me. Anyone that joins and takes action and bets on themselves on this throughout this call, you're all going to get the welcome package, not just the first 10. You're all going to get the welcome package. So I'm excited to get that to you. Let me ask you a question. Can you picture people who have tried entrepreneurship or people who have made money as an entrepreneur, have the lifestyle they desire, right? Can you picture and imagine the person right now? Think of someone right now who's doing well as an entrepreneur, who you're inspired by, who is successful, they have money, they're traveling, they love what they do. And can you picture people that have lost money, people that hate what they do? 76% of people are disengaged at work and hate what they do. At age 65, 29% of people are still dependent on relatives and friends. And 60-something% are still working. Only 2% are financially free. So one of the biggest lessons you have to understand, as I did, is when someone's 20, 30, 40, when you say, what are you gonna do when you're older? When you're 60, what's gonna happen? Oh, I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna make money. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna drive the car I love. I'm gonna have a great house. Our kids are gonna pay for, it's gonna be an amazing college. We're gonna have money to pay for our kids. But then you fast forward and the facts and stats remain that actually 2% are financially free. So where's that gap? People just don't understand the power of networking and the power of investing in themselves and a proven roadmap. So I want you to know, most 18-year-olds, if you ask 100 18 to 25-year-olds, 100 of them, are you going to be successful the next couple of years? All 100. Oh, of course I am. But if you fast forward, maybe 2 of them. So that's why you have to make a change now, not next week, not next month, but right now. So can you picture people that maybe have lost money? Maybe they're struggling. Maybe they hate what they do. Maybe they have fear and they tell you not to be an entrepreneur. Here's my question. Why is there a disparity? Let's get real. You guys are sharp. Let's get real. Why are some making 6 figures and millions and some failing, struggling, and barely making it, living paycheck to paycheck? Is it A, lack of opportunity, or is it B, lack of knowledge and network? Answer that. Why is there such a disparity? Is it lack of opportunity or lack of knowledge and network? Yeah, exactly. You're more right than you know. It's not lack of opportunity, because opportunity is everywhere. We're giving you an opportunity now, but an opportunity is only an opportunity if it's taken full advantage of, right? Most people aren't thriving. Most people want, and they talk, but they don't ever invest in themselves or take any action. And if you don't invest in yourself, should you expect success? Probably not, right? What do you tell somebody who really wants to succeed, but they're struggling and they won't invest in themselves? You're going to say, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you, right? Get around the right people. And I know obviously you invest in yourself because you're here on this webinar, but there are people out there that could have gotten on the webinar and they chose not to. This could have changed the game for them. This could have changed the direction of where they're going, right? But they're going to try to figure it out on their own, waste a lot of time, money, and energy, right? But if I can do this, so can you. If a small town kid from Oregon, who had zero direction can build a multi-million-dollar empire and connect with some of the world's most elite performers, I promise you can too. Do not put people on pedestals. Anyone succeeding has just put in more time than you have, period. Okay? And if you're like, oh, I don't know if this works for me, we've created a specific section of the account. Remember, it's been 6 years. So we have every type of entrepreneur, whether they're new or not. The common theme is people are hungry and serious about success. But if you're new to entrepreneurship, you have documents and you have modules that will help you figure out how to know your strengths, figure out kind of what avenue to take next, what industry to get in, how to monetize, things like that. So you have that as well, right? Keep that in mind. So let's see if we have some questions here as well. I'm excited. And by the way, I challenge you too. If you haven't joined, a lot of you guys have joined, so I'm excited to help you guys. You're taking advantage. But if you haven't, I challenge you to figure out why. Like, and maybe it's because you've had some bad experiences. That's why we threw in the guarantee, and why I can relate to you. There's a lot of bad programs out there, but this one is very proven. But think about why. Maybe it's the money. Maybe it's you don't fully believe you can do it. I'm not sure, but I challenge you to think about that, because that issue could come up later in life, right? And whether it's for you or not, I still want you to get value, and I hope you got some value from here. But just I challenge people, like, you have to dig deep and figure out who you are and why you are where you are. Right? The best way to figure out how hungry and serious you are is check your results. If your results aren't where you want them to be, something has to change, right? So let's do some questions. It's 12 months. So live mastermind calls for 12 months. We have clients all over the world. We have I don't want to say clients. We have members from Dubai, Tokyo, Lebanon, Australia, New Zealand. We have clients everywhere. So it's not just US. Some people do like struggle sadly. And it's okay to struggle, but if you complain about it and not do anything to better yourself, that's the problem, right? Piece of cake, great offer. It's the ultimate. I'm assuming you probably already joined. Great job taking action. I'm excited to work with you. My question is, how do you find someone that will call you out in the UK? We're sometimes afraid to speak honestly and skirt the issue. So you have to be the one that changes that. What we want to create is anyone that joins the academy, we want them to be the leader and the game changer in their industry, in their family, in their town, in the country. So you have to be the one to change that. You have to be the one. Here's the deal. When you become an entrepreneur, you have to have a polarizing point of view, one that sometimes offends people, but it deepens the relationship with your fans at a higher level. So you're going to be the one. And I can help you level up. Personally, I will call you out and help you become the leading authority. The goal of the academy, let me kind of simplify. We want the academy to be the all-in-one resource center for you guys that want to level up and lead your industry, or build a life on your terms, or just have a more fulfilling lifestyle. You have all the resources. So if you need a marketing campaign, if you need someone to call you out, if you need accountability, if you need a website design, if you need a logo, we have that. We designed it so you don't need anything else. You don't need to listen to podcasts and read books and try to figure out how to do things. We have everything in the academy: the network, the accountability, the support system, the trainings, the blueprints, the modules, all of it's in there for you. That's why it's so crazy to think that it's 88% off right now, right? That's why a part of me doesn't really want to sell anyone else. If you haven't joined by now, I'm not sure what to tell you, right? There's no risk. And the price is going to go back up Monday. Is this a suitable platform for launching a new business idea? There's no better platform, and here's why. Because you have a network of 850 plus people to ask about your business idea. And the whole purpose of a business, ideas are nothing. Everyone has ideas. Everyone has 1,000 ideas. It's figuring out the ideas that are most relevant to your vision and your values, and then testing the ideas and seeing which ones stick. So the answer is yes. You get feedback from other proven entrepreneurs that have been where you want to go. And that's, in my eyes, that's priceless. JP, my pleasure. I'll see you on the inside. Kim, we just moved cross country, so money is tight. Start my job next week. I would just do the deposit thing. I would just do the 297 because it's risk free, and starting your job, you can also possibly create a side income too. So I mean, unless you want to maybe wait till after your job, but then it's going to be 88% more. So this is kind of a new adventure for you. It's time to reinvent yourself. You moved across the country. Now you have this support system. I think this will be a good time for you. But obviously, if the money's super tight, then you can't create money. You know what I mean? There is a thing of PayPal, by the way, guys, where you can apply for PayPal credit and get it free. I've seen people do that. You can pay PayPal as well. So there's all kinds of ways. And if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way, right? If you really do want it bad enough, you'll find a way. My husband and I definitely want to get an academy. I've gotten him into all your mixtapes. I love it. That's awesome. I got to send you the mixtapes. So let me know if you get in, Ken. That'd be awesome to get you on board. And I'll definitely connect with you personally in the next couple of weeks to make sure you're taken care of. Cool, guys. No other questions. I'm excited for you guys to get on board. And it's time. It's time to change the game. I'm telling you, what drives me is just the opportunities out there and how so many people don't take advantage of it, right? And they don't understand the power of investing in themselves. People will bet on everything except themselves. When you bet on yourself and you get around high level people, there's nothing you can't accomplish. But I can't sit here and say that. You just have to trust the process and realize you're going to spend the money anyways. You might as well spend it on something that's actually proven to help your future and help your business. I don't care if you have no experience or you've made millions. This will help you have the best year you've ever had. No questions asked. And we also threw in the guarantee to kind of put our results where I'm talking about, right? Where you don't have to take any risk, okay? You're welcome, Kyle. Glad you enjoyed it. Got your book in the summer. Went out of my own. 2018 was very close, 6 figures in a small town, feeling the boundaries of small business. How do you reach a network that is outside my area? Just online. That's where this is perfect. So just online. I didn't have a network either. So I just had to have online mentors, and I had to connect with, like when I connected with Jordan, he lived in Las Vegas. I didn't even meet him for the first year. So you want to connect with other small businesses in bigger towns to get ideas from them and what they're doing different. That's a huge key. And once again, if you're a small town, we love helping small town businesses kind of like expand, right? So I want you to be the best in your town, be the go-to business, period, where everyone comes to you, and then expand to bigger towns or expand online. Guest 988, let me know your name and what your question is. Kim, sounds good. I look forward to hopefully getting you involved. Guest 4988, what's your name? Oh, I just did my purchase, but don't have anything in email. I usually take 10 to 15 minutes. What's up, Henry? Great job taking action, man. I'm looking forward to helping you. Very wise move. We also have guest speakers. Like I said, every couple of weeks, we have a mastermind call and a guest speaker. So not only do you guys get guest speakers live, we do mastermind calls. So you're going to be on the phone with me a lot and other members. So any concerns, the goal of life is to have kind of an advisory board, a network of people that any issues you have, any fears, insecurities, confusion, you have people to ask that can give you the answer. That's the biggest key, right? That's the biggest key, is making sure that you have a group of people, and that's what you're going to get in this. And this has taken 6 years plus to build, but 10, 12 years of my life. And I wish I had something like this when I was newer. You get all that at your disposal now, so you can really succeed quicker. Think about it logically. This is the reason there's so many successful younger people. And I don't care if you're 50 or 60. You can adapt the same philosophy. It's because they cut their learning curve in half by getting involved in these type of networks, so they can kind of hack the system in a way, right? So Alex, in the past, I'll be upfront. In the past, and this is with full price, it's for one person. The significant other gets half off. There's no way to know, so I will let you. I don't know if you already joined or not. I will let you share it with your significant other or a business partner. We just don't usually do that. So the answer is yes. All right, guys, I want to end with one thing. I want you to write down on a piece of paper. I'm going to do it with you. Write down your name, write down your full name, and write down below it your ideal income goal for this year. I mean, if everything went right. Don't do like a crazy one that you don't have the capacity or the business, but write down an income goal that you'd be super excited to hit and proud of. I'll let you guys write that down. Okay. So this is an activity I used to do that really kind of helped me believe in myself more. Look at your name and look at that number. Okay. Who do you have to become? And what does your name mean? There's so many people who settle, who just take the average route and never push themselves. And the number one thing I don't want when I'm older is regret. Most people cannot look themselves in the mirror when they're 80 and say, you know, I lived life to the fullest. I maximized my life. I traveled. I loved life. I built a legacy. I invested in myself. It was amazing. But you have to figure out what you want your name to mean. And you want to make sure if someone says, when someone used to say my name, here's what they used to think. Oh, he cuts corners. Oh, he talks too much. Oh, he's a pushover. That's what people used to say. Like, oh, he talks too much. I was a talker back in the day. Now I know my name means something bigger than just, oh, he talks a lot. What do you want your name to mean? That's a very important question to ask yourself. You want your name to be something meaningful. When people hear your name, like, oh, that person's a game changer. That person takes action. That person levels up. That person's inspiring. You know what the best way to inspire others is? People always say, how do I inspire my mom or my brother or my sister or my husband or my wife? The answer is you don't. You live your best life, and the right people will catch on and be inspired. If not, shame on them. That's the best way to inspire someone, is to live your best life. Don't work for someone else that tells you what you're worth. Create your own worth. Create your own reality, right? So look at that number now, and I want you to double that number. Double that number. That is called human potential. Think about what's possible. Are you maximizing where you are? Are you maximizing your potential? Are you living a world-class life? Do not separate yourself from anybody. I challenge you. Double that number. If it was 100K, human potential says you can make 200K this year. If your number was 500K, you could make $1 million. If it was under 100K, what are you thinking so small for? Don't let your past beliefs. I need you to question everything about your past, how you grew up and everything. Most people base everything off insecurities and philosophies they learned when they were younger. Challenge those. Anything is possible, but you have to tell yourself right now matters. So I want to give you massive respect for investing in yourself, but also for those that took action. I have so much respect for you for betting on yourself. I will make sure this is the best decision you've made so far this year and one of the best in your life. But I can't want success more than you want it for yourself. Okay, you have to want it bad, right? And I'll just help you with the guidance and the roadmap. So have an amazing rest of your day. And once again, if I could tell you anything, it's just, I want you in a couple of years to be like, you know, the reason why I have a big business, the reason why I have a lifestyle I'm inspired by, the reason why I have no money issues, I have financial freedom, I have the #1 business in my industry, in my town, I own these properties, I have this, and I have an inspiring lifestyle and family, is because back in the day, I took a chance on myself and I invested in the Game Changers Academy. And that's why I have all these things. That's what I want for you guys, right? So if you can look in the mirror and see no regret and be proud of who you are and what you've accomplished, you've lived an amazing life. But just don't have regret. That's my challenge. So have an amazing rest of your day. This gets me fired up. If you have any other questions, I'll stay for another minute. The course starts right when you join. Kyle, very wise move, taking action. Alex, very wise move, taking action. I think you took action. But have an amazing rest of your day, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Here's to an amazing 2019. Shout out to the Game Changers. I look forward to connecting with you personally in the next couple weeks, and we will talk to you guys soon. See ya.